Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hi, I'm Melissa Banashai, CEO and co-founder of Baked by Melissa. As a mom, I find deciding what to make for dinner the hardest decision of my day. That's why I'm partnering with Blue Apron to bring you delicious and nutritious dinners that are quick and easy like your mom. Just kidding. Your mom's amazing. Get 35% off your first order at Blue Apron with promo code Melissa. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more. Okay, love you. Bye.
There are a million reasons people start therapy. A breakup, burnout, a new job, whatever your reason, there is one place to start. Grow Therapy meets you where you are with support that actually sticks. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Visit growtherapy.com/start now today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
If you've ever tried to tell someone about the abuse you experienced, only to be met with doubt, dismissal, or outright disbelief, you know the unique pain of having your reality questioned. Maybe you finally found the courage to speak about what happened, and instead of support, you got responses like, "That doesn't sound like them," or "You're being too sensitive," or "I'm sure they didn't mean it that way." Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today we're exploring why the scapegoat's version of events is systematically dismissed and disbelieved, and it has nothing to do with the truth of what you experienced. In narcissistic family systems and toxic relationships, there's always an official story. This narrative protects the person in power and maintains the system's stability. Your truth threatens that carefully constructed reality, which is exactly why it gets rejected so aggressively. The person who scapegoated you has spent years building their reputation. They've cultivated relationships, performed charm, and positioned themselves as the reasonable, stable one. Meanwhile, you've been painted as the problem child, the difficult one, the one who's always causing drama. This isn't accidental. It's strategic groundwork that makes your eventual truth-telling easy to dismiss. When you finally speak up about the abuse, you're not just sharing your experience. You're challenging an entire system that depends on your silence. Everyone who has participated in or benefited from that system has a vested interest in maintaining the fiction that keeps them comfortable. Think about what believing you would require from the people around you. It would mean acknowledging they failed to protect you. It would mean admitting they were fooled by someone's public persona. It would mean confronting the uncomfortable truth that they chose to look the other way when you needed them most. For many people, it's easier to question your perception than face their own complicity. The person who abused you also has significant advantages in the credibility game. They're typically older, in a position of authority, or socially connected in ways that give their word more weight. They know how to present as calm and reasonable while painting you as emotionally unstable. They've had years to practice their version of events while you might be speaking your truth for the first time. You might have experienced the additional trauma of being told you're remembering things wrong, that you're too emotional to see clearly, or that you're holding grudges over normal family conflicts. This gaslighting serves a specific purpose. It keeps you questioning your own reality while protecting everyone else from having to confront theirs. There's also the uncomfortable truth that many people simply don't want to believe abuse happens in families or relationships that look normal from the outside. It's easier to assume you're exaggerating or misunderstanding than to accept that someone they know and trust is capable of systematic psychological harm. The scapegoat often bears the additional burden of being the family's designated truth teller. You're the one who notices patterns, calls out dysfunction, and refuses to pretend everything is fine. This role makes you threatening to people who prefer comfortable lies over difficult truths. Your willingness to speak honestly about what happened exposes everyone else's choice to remain silent. When you do find the courage to share your experience, you might discover that others witness the same behaviors you're describing, but they've reframed those moments as isolated incidents or misunderstandings. They might say things like, well, that was a stressful time, or everyone has their moments, instead of recognizing the pattern of abuse you're naming. The person who scapegoated you is also skilled at preemptive narrative control. They've likely spent years telling people that you're sensitive, dramatic, or prone to exaggeration. By the time you speak up, your audience has already been primed to doubt your credibility. Your abuser has been preparing for this moment much longer than you have. You might have also experienced the painful reality that some people believe you, but choose not to act on that belief. They might acknowledge privately that they've seen concerning behaviors, but publicly they maintain their relationships with your abuser. This isn't about whether they believe you. It's about what believing you would cost them. The scapegoat's truth is often dismissed because it's inconvenient, not because it's inaccurate. Your reality disrupts comfortable relationships and forces people to make difficult choices. Many people would rather question your perception than examine their own complicity in maintaining an abusive system. Here's what you need to understand about this dynamic. The disbelief you encounter isn't evidence that your experience wasn't real or significant. It's evidence that your truth is powerful enough to threaten an entire system built on denial and enabling. Systems don't fight this hard to suppress lies. They fight to suppress truths that expose their dysfunction. Your version of events doesn't need external validation to be real. Your experience happened regardless of who believes it or acknowledges it. The people who dismiss your reality are protecting their own comfort, not seeking truth. The fact that your story threatens their narrative so much that they have to actively discredit you should tell you something important. Your truth has power. It's powerful enough to crack the facade they've worked so hard to maintain. That's exactly why they're so invested in making sure no one believes it. When you think about the times your truth was dismissed or disbelieved, what patterns do you notice about who chose skepticism and what they might have had to lose by believing you? This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com for articles, resources, and more support on your recovery journey.
This is Paige DeSorbo from Giggly Squad. Boost Mobile gives you the same network coverage, speed, and service you're used to, just at a more affordable price. Why pay more if you don't have to? Offering reliable nationwide coverage backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Love your service or get your money back, no questions asked. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or head to boostmobile.com to learn more. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers who cancel within 30 days of activation will have Boost service fees refunded. Activation fees, if applicable, and phone payments will not be refunded.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Having the right people in your corner for life's biggest milestones makes all the difference. Like a friend who's there when you're house hunting or checking out a new ride, State Farm is there too, helping you choose the coverage you need. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you along the way. And with so many coverage options, it's nice knowing you have help choosing a plan that fits your needs, so you can continue celebrating all of life's milestones. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.